Right now, we're the Titanic. We're about to hit an iceberg. We got to steer in the other direction.
What is cheat sheet? Not only am I going to tell you week after week after week why it is so fucking important that we vote for Joe Biden this year, but also we're going to provide you a cheat sheet to help elect progressive candidates down the ballot in all the swing states. Today's episode is North Carolina, yes. You know, on Cheat Sheet, we've been having actors and celebs and also activists. And my guest today is both. She is an actor, a director, a producer, and an activist I admire so much. The way she uses her platform is so excellent and correct. I am constantly learning from my friend, who you know as Brooke Davis in One Tree Hill, Erin Lindsay on Chicago PD, and soon to be one of the actors on False Positive, a movie we did together earlier this year. And she's also co-founder of I Am a Voter. Thank you, dude! You're amazing! Give it up for Sophia Bush.
Hello! Yeah, I wish I could hug you.
I know.
What a year we've gone through.
This has been a gnarly one. We're really looking at a lot of things that we've considered to be baseline, like fabric of America. We're seeing a lot of it being ripped apart. And I think some of that's actually really good for us. I think we've needed undeniable proof that there are broken systems. But I also think that we've never been more on a razor's edge. Things are dire and intense, and I think a lot of people are having a really hard time. There's no both sides here.
Right.
We're literally talking about crimes, about disparity, about the attempt to deny the vote, which is what America was founded on, our Constitution. And on the other side, we're talking about people who are like, we just think everybody should be able to vote, and like maybe the government shouldn't kill people.
What do you say about young people who aren't so enthused about Biden and Harris?
Human history doesn't move overnight, but we can make it move faster if we show up in record numbers. We can make it move faster if we elect progressive people who want to talk to both sides of the aisle and create policy that benefits humanity, not just the 1% of the 1%. That's the goal here. Joe Biden got taken to task for being part of a big group think of white guys who thought they were kind of revolutionary, but 50 years later, we're like, you weren't doing great. Kamala took him to the mat on that. And you know what he said? I want her to be my vice president. I want a man who says, she dragged me, and you know what? She was right to.
Joe Biden.
Joseph R. Biden. I didn't think a year and a half ago I'd be stoked, but I am. And there is something to be said for expertise and for humility.
Vote motherfucking Biden.
Let's go.
You are representing North Carolina today because you spent a lot of your formative years in North Carolina because of One Tree Hill.
1/3 of my whole adult life, I was in North Carolina. That was my home away from home. It's such a special place that's so dear to my heart. I love the ecosystem, the southern East Coast and the marshlands and the wetlands and just the life. I mean, the theater community there, I loved so much. I think about Front Street. I think about the way that Kilwin's ice cream smells when they're making the waffle cones. Like you'd be walking through downtown and be like, oh my God, it's happening, it's happening.
Let's check out the stakes. Biden can win North Carolina, and there are Democrats in North Carolina who have shown up and voted. 18 to 29-year-olds in 2018 showed up in North Carolina at 30.3%, just about 30%, and 30 to 39-year-olds showed up at 45%. Let's make it 75%. Why not?
Gen Z and millennials combined this year make up the largest and youngest voting bloc that the United States has ever seen, y'all. We are 37%.
North Carolina's entire executive branch is up for re-election. What does that mean? The governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, and the secretary of state are all up for re-election. They're all Democrat except for the Republican lieutenant governor. So we could just keep 3 and add a 4th Democrat. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get down down to the down-ballot candidates. Cal Cunningham is a state senator running against a one-term Republican. At 27, Cunningham was elected as one of the youngest state senators in North Carolina, then took a break to go serve in the military. Thank you for your service, where he currently serves as a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve.
So many things are on the ballot when we vote Cal Cunningham in North Carolina. Accessible and affordable healthcare options. Investing in public education and making sure that every child in North Carolina has a great school to go to. Dealing with climate change. Cal Cunningham has a plan for everything that matters to us, to you, to the good people of North Carolina.
Running for state senate is Barbara Yates-Lockamy. She's challenging a two-term Republican incumbent. Yates-Lockamy has 30 years of experience in public school education and is a lifelong resident of Columbus County. If elected, she promises to advocate for investing in jobs with livable wages and benefits, expanding healthcare for all, and fully funding education and teachers.
Barbara Yates-Lockamy, who is a baddie, is endorsed by the North Carolina State AFL-CIO, the NRDC, and the Sierra Club.
Okay, so this next candidate is running for State House, and he's very special to me and Glennis, my co-founder, because he actually came to my Horny for the Polls tour, which was this whole online thing in person. So I actually met Ricky Hurtado. He was so cute and wonderful, and he got to win. So Ricky Hurtado is challenging a Republican incumbent who won by just under 300 votes in 2018. Come on, we got this. Hurtado is the son of immigrants and a first-generation college student and currently works as an instructor at UNC Chapel Hill. Flip NC has identified this race in Alamance County as the most flippable House seat for 2020.
When he wins, is going to fight for accessible and affordable quality health care, the right to a great education for every single child at every single level, and to protect the environment. Go to this website to make a voting plan.
A generator video has a simple format to make it easy to use your social media to talk about politics and government and humanize policy.
My name is Sophia Bush. I spent the first 10 years of my adulthood living in North Carolina. Currently, I am on the West Coast. One thing that I love about this country, but North Carolina in particular, is the nature. One issue that I have with the system is a lack of equity. It's a problem for me that America is only looking out for the top 1% of the top 1%. My North Carolina family, I have so much faith in y'all. I know that you can do this. I know that all across the state, there are people who care about the land and the air and the water. I know that all across the state, there are people who know that healthcare is a human right. I know that there are so many people in North Carolina who are showing up to vote for each other, for their neighbors, for their community, for human rights. I know you guys have got this. You can flip your state blue. You can do this. You can get the leaders that you deserve.
Feeling extra? If you're not in a state that we talked about today, Vote Save America has made it easy for you to adopt a state and get people registered and voting for Joe Biden. Here it is. Ho! See you next Tuesday, LOL, for the next episode of Cheat Sheet.